Hey, the fellow travelers, Mark here with Walter's World, and today, if you can't tell from my voice, it's an evening time. It's nighttime. We're getting here late in Indianapolis. We're actually staying at the Hampton Inn Indianapolis Airport. There's actually a bunch of hotels out here. There's a Hilton Garden Inn. There's an Echo Hotel over there. There's a lot of options here. This is by the economy parking. One thing I will say is all these airport hotels that are here at the Indianapolis Airport, they're kind of out of the way. It's not as close to the airport as you think it's going to be, but it's not that far away. But I will tell you, be careful when you're driving in because the road that gets you here has so many potholes. It's more like canyons. So do be careful when you're driving in. Now, the hotel's actually pretty nice. I've stayed here multiple times. They do have a park and ride option. So if you want to, leave your car here, you can do that while you go travel. But when you book online, you have to ask for more options, and then go down and then find the park and ride. Because you just book your hotel room like a normal hotel room, you don't have that. So you want to make sure you do that because you have to register beforehand if you want to leave your car behind. But let me show you what you're going to have when you do stay here. Now, when you do come here to the Hampton Inns, you know how it is. They have their nice little shop kiosk for you so you can eat there. There is breakfast in the morning, which goes until 11, which is nice. Also, checkout is 11 too. There's a nice little lobby here, which you can kind of come in. Check-in's the same thing as always. Give them your ID, your credit card. Everything will be fine. If you are your Hilton Honors members, you get your fun stuff that goes with that. But let's go show you the room so you can see what it's like. So the room, if you've ever been to a Hampton Inn, you know exactly what you're getting. You do have your nice little TV with cable, all that kind of stuff. You do have a little microwave, so if you want to grab something from that little shop downstairs, or you bring something with you, because remember, there ain't nothing nearby to eat. You do have a fridge in there as well to put your stuff in, a little coffee machine and some coffee stuff here. There's vending machines in the hallway and ice machines. Bathroom, standard bathroom. It doesn't have a fancy rain shower or anything. It's just a typical shower. They do have the pump, soap kind of things, which are fine. They're not too bad, and the soap shampoo. But I will warn you, make sure you look and see what the pump has when you're getting the pump, because shampoo or body wash might show up instead. So just be aware of that. In terms of the cleanness of the hotel, it's a clean hotel. Hampton Inn does a good job with that. You're not I didn't smell any funky stuff when I was going through the hallways, so that was good. The beds, if you're a soft bed person, you'll be fine. If you're a hard bed person, it's a little soft. They do have plenty of space for your stuff. There is a storage thing, so you have your ironing board, iron. There's a safe. They have if you want to put your luggage, a little luggage rack, they have that. They also have, like this here. There's another little thing for storage. You use that as another luggage rack. So you have that here. But let's talk about some of the amenities because you're here. Because when you come here, you're going to be stuck here. You might want to know about pool, fitness room. Now, if you're looking for amenities, they do have a rather large pool for an airport hotel. And yes, there is the little bit more jacuzzi-esque pool as well. They do have a gym with actual dumbbells. There's some treadmills in there. There's some people working out, so I'm not going to really film in there for that. But there is those things there, which is nice. They're open till 11. So if you want to work out before you go to bed, you can have that, or you want to hit the pool. So that's pretty cool. Also, if you're looking for restaurants, you might see a sign around here that looks like there are restaurants. There is not a restaurant in here. I would recommend that you actually eat before you come to this hotel, because we've had that problem before, because there's nothing around here. You have to go drive to go find something. So when you're coming in, grab food before you get to the hotel, because once you get here, you're kind of stuck here. So just be aware of that. That's why you might just use the pool in the gym. Now, if you'll be flying out of the airport, you might want to charge your devices, or if you're here for a conference, because you have conference rooms, you probably notice, hey, what's the plug situation? Because sometimes it can be a little weird, and especially if you drive down the road to get here, that infrastructure is so bad. You're like, hey, how's the infrastructure inside the hotel? It's fine. If you're looking by the beds, they have a little port there that has a couple plugs, but also another plug between the lights next to the bed, up between it, which is kind of weird that it's up high. And they also have 2 USB ports right there, so you want to have that. But if you have USB-C, it's not USB-C, it's old school USB. Over here at the on the desk, you have 2 plugs in the wall, 2 plugs in the light, and there's also another plug down below, so you're pretty much okay there. But you know, pretty standard hotel. We've stayed here many times before. We've used the park and ride. We've also used it just to, you know, go to the airport and park there. So it's been fine. If you do want to get an early morning one, make sure you tell them that you need an early morning shuttle to take you there if you're going to leave your car here. But really, honestly, the biggest thing is don't forget to make sure when you're booking, you look for the other options and you do the park and ride or park and fly version. That's going to be your way to get it, so you don't have to deal when you're here, just in case. But overall, I mean, this is probably the 4th or 5th time we've stayed here. So this is kind of like our go-to one. So if you look at the Hampton Inn Indianapolis Airport, it gets the job done and not super expensive either. So bye.